Hi YouTube, how's it going? This is TCG, and what we have here is some pretty interesting Pokemon trading card game news. As you can see right there in front of me, and as you saw by the video title, Lysandre's Trump card has now been banned. We have the whole package of information right here. As of June 15, 2015, which is about 2 weeks from now, Lysandre's Trump card, XY Phantom Forces 99 and 118, will be banned from all sanctioned play Pokemon tournaments in most of the world. The ban will go into effect in Japan about a week later. This card has created an undesirable play environment because it eliminates one of your opponent's victory conditions, running out of cards in your deck, allows repeated use of powerful trainer cards, allows drawing through your deck quickly with minimal repercussions, and extends the time of battles. All sanctioned tournaments will be affected by this change, including the Pokemon National Championships occurring after June 15, except in Japan, and the Pokemon World Championships in August. So basically, this most recent regionals that took place over this past weekend is going to be the last time that people will ever be able to play Lysandre's Trump card. And frankly, I'm a little confused by this because isn't this the whole point of them creating this card, to make sure that decking out is now impossible? Of course, people are beginning to use this card extensively, like so many people able to use different item cards and Pokemon abilities like Shaman EX to go through the majority of your deck within one turn, and then using Lysandre's Trump card to put it all back into your deck so you can use it the next turn over and over and over again. Um, I mean, that's just how the current format works. Without Lysandre's Trump card, people are going to have to start really thinking about, okay, exactly how fast do I want to draw through my deck? Um, this was especially a good card with so many decks like Seismitoad and Flareon and Night March, decks that had a real danger of decking out, and you just run a one of in your deck and you're good. Um, at face value, Lysandre's Trump card isn't that big of a card. It simply states it's a supporter, and it simply has the effect of both players shuffle their discard pile back into their deck. All cards except for Lysandre's Trump card. So it doesn't really sound that powerful. However, combine this with VS Seeker, which you can consistently just shuffle back into your deck, and you can basically use Lysandre's Trump card an infinite amount of times in a game. And that's where it comes down to, it extends the time of battles, it allows repeated use of powerful trainers like, say, Hypnotoxic Laser, or Enhanced Hammer, or Crushing Hammer, something like that. And now, there are very few ways to get those cards back into your hand, such as Dowsing Machine, which is an ace spec which will be rotated out of the format with the next set, or the next rotation in August. So, the fact that we have a banned card now in the format, which would otherwise still be in the format, that hasn't happened, to my knowledge, since the Neo Genesis set where we had Slowking become banned. That was a long time ago. That was like 2000, so 15 years ago since we've had an actual banned card. So many players are like, well, Lysandre's Trump card isn't the problem. The problem is overpowered Pokemon cards like Seismitoad EX, which if you play it and your opponent doesn't, you win, basically. There's so many different reasons that people are like, why is this particular card banned instead of others? And it all comes down to because this one makes so many other cards that much more playable. If you're able to just go through your entire deck within a turn and not worry about losing, then it is a pretty overpowered card. I am interested in seeing what decks stay around and what people just won't play anymore because they have no way to prevent themselves from decking out. I mean, Flareon always had that problem before this card, and now that this card is out, it's all the more likely to just deck out with all the extra draw power there is and discard power. Seismitoad might be a little more careful, but it's hard to see that card ever going away as long as it's in format, honestly. There are just so many cards, there's so many decks that ran at least a one of this card in their deck. And now that this card isn't available, some decks won't be hurt at all, other decks will be significantly hurt, like Night March, it'll be interesting to see how the format changes just because we're getting rid of this one card, and honestly, that's probably why they got rid of it, because it really is one of those cards that is helping to determine the current format. And I gotta say, banning the card might turn out to be for the better. It's right there. It eliminates one of your opponent's victory conditions, running out of cards in your deck. That's one of the ways in the past that people have been able to win. I mean, Durant, when that was around, revolved entirely around simply decking your opponent out without ever dealing damage. So with this card now gone, we can maybe see a few decks like that again. And I'm looking forward to seeing if that's true or not. So, if you played a trading card game, what do you think of this card being banned? I really want to hear what you guys have to say about it. As for me personally, I'm not playing the TCG competitively anymore, so it doesn't bother me. It will be interesting to play the TCG online and see how this works, but I'm looking forward to seeing how this affects major tournaments and stuff. So yeah, start listing your comments down below. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Thanks everyone for watching, and stay tuned for more.